The first mindset that I have recently adopted is I just no longer care about what men think. Now, let me be clear. I love men. I am a major fan of men. I want to marry a man. I want to have children with a man. I want to spend the rest of my life with a man. At the same time, I have allowed most of my life and most of the choices that I've made in my life to be dictated, whether on a conscious or subconscious level, by the thoughts and opinions of men, or what I feared would be the thoughts and opinions of men, and I just can't do it anymore. I've lost weight, gained weight, cut my hair, grown my hair out, dyed my hair. I've read more books, I've read less books, I've raised my voice, I've lowered my voice. I have done so many things to attract a man, to appeal to a man, to be palatable for a man. And really, why? Like, why? For what? Pourquoi? Yes, I'm a human being. I want to be mentally, emotionally, and physically attractive and appealing to the sex that I am emotionally, mentally, and physically attracted to. And at the same time, I can't force someone to love me. I can't force someone to want to be with me. I can't force someone to choose to spend the rest of their lives with me. I can influence the decision, but ultimately the choice is theirs to make. So if changing myself to appease a man, to please a man, doesn't even guarantee that I will be able to keep that man, then literally what is the point of changing myself, of shrinking myself, of altering myself in any way? What is the point? And as I said earlier, I do want to marry a man. I want to start a family and have a life with a man, but that is the key word, a man, one single man. I just need one. If the hundreds of millions of other men out there do not find me attractive, or do not find me interesting, or don't find me to be compatible with them, it doesn't matter, because I just need the one. And for me personally, no longer caring or putting excess consideration into what men think about me, how that has begun expressing for me is I no longer wear makeup every single day. I no longer get dolled up with this idea in the back of my mind that, oh my gosh, I have to look good, because who knows, when I go into the grocery store, I might meet the one, or when I go for a walk in the park, I might meet the man of my dreams. Maybe I will. Maybe I will meet the man of my dreams, and if he is the man of my dreams, if he is truly my soulmate, then he will see me in that state and find me beautiful, and we will come together. Whatever is meant to be will be. And I'm no longer walking around with this scarcity mindset and with this fear that I have to look a certain way to lure in some man. Believe it or not, now that I don't have like this fear, just like this fear of not impressing this man and my life just falling apart, now that I'm no longer concerned with those things, I can just like love men for who they are, for who they're not, for their positives and for their shortcomings. And also, caring less about the opinions of men has created this new space for me to be far more considerate of the opinions of women. Lately, I have just been like obsessed with women. Like, I just think women are the most magical, most beautiful beings. I mean, our wisdom, our intuition, our bodies, the ability to bring forth life, like, oh my God, we are just so freaking divine and just so beautiful. And in my personal opinion, our talents and just our gifts, our values have been overlooked and undervalued for far too long. We have just been trained to compete viciously, to literally compete against one another, to tear one another down for the attention of men, and also to be able to inhabit the few spaces and opportunities that men have granted us permission to possess. We've grown estranged from our bodies, and we have just, our sexuality has been something that either should be hidden or it should be exploited. We've been scolded for being too emotional, and then on the flip side of things, when we are too masculine, then we are scolded for that as well, and for not being feminine enough. And the worst part, in my opinion, is that as women, we continue throughout the world to perpetrate and perpetuate the harm that has been inflicted upon us. I'm done. Like, I am so done with that. I'm done with slut shaming. I'm done with victim blaming. I am done with putting other women down to secure the absolute feeble attention of men. And instead, I am just choosing to listen and to open my heart to the women that are around me, to the women that have come before me, to the young women that I get to work with, that I'm so blessed to get to work with on a daily basis. And I am also beginning to just repurpose my life to be a safe space for women, including myself, but especially other women. I want to be a safe haven, a beacon of light for women. This has expressed for me in I have begun just voraciously reading more stories by women, about women, and just trying to educate myself on the wide array, just on the multitude of female experiences that have been told, that are currently being told, and that are to come as well. Also, I have just been really tapping in to my own divine feminine by reading more, spending more time in nature, journaling more, spending more time with my little furry friend Goldie, and making sure to cuddle with her and snuggle with her and show her my appreciation, and singing sporadically. I cannot sing at all, but I have begun just doing more things to tap into that feminine energy and to celebrate that feminine energy. But the most powerful, and if there is no other takeaway from this video, if there is no other mindset that I want you to walk away with, it is the importance of prioritizing your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own desires. I know that this sounds extremely simple. I know that this is not breaking news, and I know that this is basically cliche at this point to just say, follow your heart, or to thine own self be true. But in this world that we live in, we are literally conditioned to not be in tune with ourselves. This just appears in everything. This appears in how, as women, so many of us don't like our bodies because we're comparing it to another woman's body. We don't like our car because we're comparing it to another woman's car. Or we don't like our home because we're comparing it to another woman's home. We're always comparing, we're always contrasting, and finding the differences between ourselves and others. And usually whatever it is that we have, it's like it's not good enough. There are so many things that we are told that we should do, and that we should have, and that we should be, that are not aligned with our purpose, with our mission on this earth. I'm just no longer taking all of the thoughts and opinions that are just thrown at me day in and day out every single day. I'm not just taking all of that noise and using that noise to determine the trajectory of my life. The more that I listen to others and the less I listen to myself, the more estranged I will be from my desires, from my wants, from my purpose. So all of those voices, all of that chitter chatter, that, like, I just don't have room anymore. I don't have the space in my brain to have those voices occupying what space is left. I have begun, and I encourage you, more than anything else, I encourage you to do the same, to start listening to yourself, to start prioritizing yourself. Make yourself the number one priority in your life. Remember, you are your best thing, so be your best thing. Tuning out the thoughts of others and tuning in to my own thoughts. This has manifested in 3 particular ways. Whenever I have a negative critical thought, I always ask myself, is this true? Is this true, and can this be proven, and where is the evidence? Before I do anything that, within means, of course, within reason, before I make a decision, I ask myself, am I sure? I really take the time to listen to myself and check in with myself and make sure that I am making the choice that best aligns with my vision, with my purpose. And last but not least, when I am angry or when I'm upset or when I am just in a situation that does not feel good and I don't know what to do or where to go, I tune in to my inner divine wise woman. I tune in to the woman that I don't think I currently am, but that I know I can be and that I want to be. And I ask her, because she's already within me. Everything that we could ever need is already within us. So I check in with her and I ask her, how would she react to this situation? And I try as often as possible to make my actions match and fall into alignment with whatever advice she gives me, because she is my higher self and she knows where I want to be and how to get me there. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'd love for you to drop down in the comments below and let me know, what is the one mindset shift that you have made? This could be within the last week or within the last month or even within the last year. But what is a mindset shift that you have adopted that has just changed your life and changed your perspective? I would love to know, so maybe I can adopt it if it's that good. So until next time, stay safe, be well, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.